everyone, CJ Lang here for the fantasyauthority.com. It has been a crazy morning today, August 31st, 2020, with the news that Leonard Fournette has been waived by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Huge news, as Leonard Fournette was one of the top running backs in the league last year. I will let you know what he's leaving on the field, what the Jags organization has done, and some of the potential landing spots for Fournette. First and foremost, last season, he had 1,152 rushing yards, which was 7th best in the NFL. He had 4.3 yards per rush. He had 522 receiving yards. He had 31 runs of over 10 yards, which was 5th best in the league. And he had a 3.3 yards after contact per rush, which was 5th best in the NFL. So of those teams that could potentially be looking at acquiring Fournette, last season the 4 worst rushing teams in the league were Miami, the New York Jets, the Atlanta Falcons, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Of those teams, Miami has since added Jordan Howard and Matt Breida, so they should be set there. Of course, both of those running backs have injury history. The New York Jets have Le'Veon Bell, and then they've added Frank Gore and LaMiracle Pirine from the draft this year. So there's a potential that he could go there, but Adam Gase's offenses don't really produce running backs. So if I'm a Fournette owner, I'm hoping he doesn't land there. The Atlanta Falcons obviously made a huge move this season by going after Todd Gurley. They don't really have a lot of depth behind him, though, so that could be a determining factor. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, which surprised me when I saw this because they had James Conner, Jalen Samuels, Benny Snell, and they've since added Anthony McFarland. So they've got a decent running back room, and I think just with Ben Roethlisberger being out last year, that really affected their entire offense. For the 4 teams that I feel have the weakest running back depth chart, would be first and foremost the Washington football team. After the news that Darius Geis was cut from the team, they now have a running back room of aging veteran Adrian Peterson. They have rookie sensation Antonio Gibson. Will he be a running back? Will he not be? They signed Peyton Barber through free agency in this offseason, and they have Bryce Love. A lot of those players, other than Adrian Peterson, have not done anything, so there is the potential for Washington to go ahead and make a move to solidify that run game for Dwayne Haskins and that offense this season. Another team that has a weak depth chart is Tampa Bay. I am a huge Rojo truther, but if you think about it, they just added LaShawn McCoy, who just put the ball on the ground in practice, and Bruce Arians came out and basically benched the entire offense. Behind that, they have Rojo and Keyshawn Vaughn, who Bruce Arians once again just said Vaughn could be slated for just a special teams role. So that's another place in Florida that Fournette could go. Kansas City Chiefs, I know, defending Super Bowl champions, and Kevin Steele, also known as Fantasy Wrath 13 on Twitter here at TFA. Huge Chiefs fan, and he's probably rolling his eyes as he hears this, but outside of CEH, who's a rookie who has 0 NFL carries, they don't have much in that running back room with Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Mecole Hardman, Travis Kelce. You're not relying on the run game all that often, but there's definitely still the potential there for Kansas City to sign Fournette. The Los Angeles Chargers, this week Justin Jackson went down with an injury, so now behind Austin Eckler, there is not much at all. Like I mentioned, Seattle. Seattle, even though we talked about how much they like to run the ball, Carson's been hurt, he's been fumbling. Penny, we're not even sure if he's going to be able to play this year. Carlos Hyde is old, and then you've got DJ Dallas and Travis Homer. So that NFC West is going to be a monster division this year with all of those teams being really good. So you might have to make a move like that if you're Seattle to get the edge. So those are some places and some teams that I think potentially Fournette could land. This could be a thing where he does a Le'Veon Bell and he sits out an entire season, or he could do the Devonta Freeman thing and kind of wait for the perfect situation to open up. So please check in on the fantasyauthority.com on both our Twitter and our website. We always have great information coming out. You can find me on Twitter at Clubber_Lang83 and on Facebook and Instagram at CJ Lang. And checking my watch, and Fournette will be signing with the Patriots in 5, 4, 3, 2.